Mrs. Robinson. My name is Kayla Pierce, the housekeeper who will be working at your house starting today. Although I will only be commuting 5 times a week for about 4 hours each time, I will do my best to prepare delicious meals and maintain a sparkling clean house. Thank you for hiring me. I won't let you down.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Since it's your first day with us today, I wanted to be home early to meet and greet with you. But unfortunately, an important guest for my business stopped by earlier today and things got delayed. I'm very sorry for not being able to take off at my usual time and be there for you, ma'am.
No, please don't be. We can meet and greet anytime later when you're not busy. I don't mind it, so please don't apologize, ma'am. By the way, I'm actually pretty young to be called ma'am. I'm barely 30 years old, so you don't have to call me Mrs. Pierce or ma'am. Please, call me Kayla.
Oh, is that so? I apologize for my mistake. Until now, older ladies came to help with household chores every time, so I thought you would be older this time too. But you seem much younger than I expected. It's my first time having a young housekeeper, so it feels fresh and exciting.
It is pathetic that I don't know anything other than doing chores like a housemaid or a housekeeper for someone else's house at a young age, isn't it? These days, many 30-year-old women are reaching the peak of their careers and holding high positions that are societally recognized. On the other hand, I only know how to cook and clean the house. Although I may be young, rest assured that I am good at what I do. So, please don't worry.
No, that's not what I meant. I sincerely apologize if I made you uncomfortable. I rather admire you. Your determination to sweat and earn a living without worrying about other people's judgments is truly admirable. It brings me both comfort and pride to be able to entrust the management of our household to someone like you.
I hardly deserve such high praise, ma'am. I have no other choice but to work as a housekeeper to make a living. But don't think I don't do my job with my best or integrity. If you keep watching how I get my work done, you won't regret the choice you made.
My choice?
Oh, Mr. Robinson didn't tell you? I stopped by the staffing agency the other day to take care of something, and I happened to run into him coincidentally. He was looking to hire a housekeeper, and I was there available, so he hired me right there. He wanted me to start working as soon as possible.
Oh, that's what happened. He was lucky to run into you at the staffing agency. Anyway, please take good care of our household from now on. My husband and I often come home late due to work, and we don't have enough time to properly take care of the household chores. From now on, you will have to take care of everything for us. Thank you so much, Kayla.
I'm looking forward to working for you, ma'am. Hello, Mrs. Robinson. Just wanted to let you know that your dinner for tonight and breakfast for tomorrow morning for you are all prepped and ready. The entire house is cleaned and the laundry is cleaned, folded, and stored in the closet as well. By the way, are you coming home late just like you were for the past few days?
Hi, Kayla. Thank you so much for doing them. I like your work so far. And yes, I'll be late again. It's the busiest season at work and the workload has been quite a lot. I sincerely appreciate you taking care of the cleaning and preparing meals for my husband instead of me. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to focus on my work with peace of mind. It's truly an honor to have met someone like you, whom I can trust to handle household chores without worries.
No matter how busy your work is, aren't women still women? No matter how much the world has changed, isn't it true that women are supposed to prioritize their families once they get married? Aren't they supposed to put taking care of their husband's meals and getting household chores done as their top priority as married women? Is it acceptable to focus solely on work and come home late so often, disregarding the husband?
I beg your pardon? What is that supposed to mean?
I feel so bad about Mr. Robinson that he's not being taken care of properly because you're so engrossed in your work day and night. It's disheartening to witness a situation where the inherent expectations of caring for your husband as a married woman are neglected. Isn't it customary for a wife to don an apron, diligently prepare nourishing meals for her husband, meticulously launder and press his shirts, carefully clean the bathtub while ensuring it is filled with warm, inviting water, and thoughtfully arrange a cozy and comfortable bed for his repose? Shouldn't these tasks be deemed essential in fostering a harmonious and nurturing home environment? I can't help but wonder if continuing to live without fulfilling these fundamental duties will have a detrimental impact on your relationship. It is crucial to recognize the significance of nurturing the bond between spouses by prioritizing their emotional and physical well-being. Perhaps taking a moment to reflect upon the importance of these traditional roles and considering ways to strike a balance between your professional endeavors and the nurturing responsibilities of a loving wife would be worthwhile.
I'm asking what that is supposed to mean. What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying this because I have something I want to say specifically, but rather because I feel uncomfortable just watching and wanted to offer some advice. I tend to be straightforward, so I feel compelled to express my thoughts. Having worked in various households for an extended period, I have come across a wide range of living environments and domestic routines. However, when it comes to your home, I must admit that I am taken aback by the state of disarray and neglect that I have witnessed. In many households, even with the assistance of hired help, it's still customary and expected for the wife to take charge of the fundamental tasks that uphold the functioning and tidiness of the household. These tasks include maintaining cleanliness, organizing living spaces, attending to meals, and ensuring a comfortable and inviting atmosphere for everyone in the family. It is a role that has been traditionally ingrained in our society, emphasizing the importance of a harmonious and well-cared-for home. However, when I look at your home, it's hard not to sigh. Your home seems to deviate significantly from these commonly accepted norms. The sight of leftover bread sitting untouched on the dining table from breakfast, damp towels left neglected in the laundry basket without proper drying, and cookie crumbs scattered haphazardly on the sofa and carpet deeply concerns me. Based on what Mr. Robinson said about you being far from having a neat personality and being a messy person, I didn't have high expectations of you. But isn't this really beyond acceptable? If you can't handle the household chores properly, how do you manage your work responsibilities?
Wait, hold on right there. I'm feeling quite bewildered right now, you know? Do you realize who you are, why you are in and out of my house, and why you are discussing these matters right now? I'm asking if you are aware of the topic you're addressing and if you know what you're talking about. Why would I have hired you if my house was always clean and I could handle all the household chores myself? How I manage my household or take care of my husband is none of your business. I hired you to clean and cook for me and my husband, not to get a big lecture from you. You should know your place and not cross the line.
Do I have to keep it to myself when there's something I need to say just because I was hired as your housekeeper and you pay me for it? Where is the respect for my profession? I am in a position where I'm assigned to tasks and get paid for my services, and I see no reason why I should be treated as inferior to you. If you had performed your duties as a wife diligently and effectively, I wouldn't even need to express such frustrations. It's unjust for Mr. Robinson to be in a situation where he can't even enjoy a proper meal or live in a clean environment, especially when he is attractive, caring, and financially successful. He doesn't deserve this. I feel deeply unfair about all of this for him.
It seems like you're having some misconceptions. The one who leaves bread and snacks scattered around and tosses wet towels and worn socks everywhere is not me, but rather my husband you're praising so highly right now. I wouldn't have hired you and requested your assistance if I had the time to take care of household chores myself. As a housekeeper, it is expected that you carry out your duties in a manner befitting the role. Know your place, keep your mouth shut, focus on your assigned tasks, and get paid for what you do for me and my husband. Got it? If you continue to be rude, don't know your place, and get on my nerves, I will contact the staffing agency and discuss everything with them. If that happens, you will no longer be able to work as a housekeeper. So I suggest you carefully consider your thoughts and actions from now on.
Oh, I apologize for the poor manners of a lowly housekeeper like me, who doesn't even know her place and speaks out of turn, getting on your nerves. People like me should simply shut up when told by the employer, right? There is no such thing as human rights for a housekeeper like me, is there? Money takes precedence over human rights, right?
Excuse me?
I'm saying I'm sorry for overstepping. I'll never make any suggestions or raise my voice to you ever again. So let's pretend what happened today never happened.
Would you tell my husband to come home quickly?
I'm sorry? What do you mean? Isn't Mr. Robinson at his home right now? Why would you ask me about his whereabouts?
Because he's right next to you as we speak?
I don't follow you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You tore up Motel Piggy Suite number 601. Are you still going to pretend as if you don't know what I'm talking about?
How in the world did you know that? Did you follow me and Mr. Robinson without us knowing?
How could I possibly follow you when I'm lying in the hospital bed in the emergency room after taking a bite of the cake you two brought last night?
Then how did you figure out about us? And what's up with your tone? Do you think you can take that tone with me just because you're the employer and I'm your housekeeper? I warned you to treat me respectfully.
I was beyond respectful to a housekeeper. I believe that anyone who works diligently and sweats through their labor deserves respect, regardless of the nature of their work. That's why I respected you as well. However, it seems you're not one of them. I hired you to take care of the household chores for me because I'm always busy working, but you didn't fulfill your duties and rather gave me nagging. How am I supposed to show respect to someone like you, who manipulates my husband and has a physical relationship with him?
Let me make it crystal clear, ma'am. It wasn't me who manipulated him. He expressed his feelings for me first. He found it fascinating that I'm so good at cooking and cleaning, unlike you, who are indifferent and only focused on work. He even mentioned that I am much more feminine because of my abilities in household chores. Furthermore, he even said he plans to marry me after divorcing you soon.
Is that why you two knowingly brought me a cake made with eggs, even though you know very well that I'm allergic to them? You reassured me that the cake had no pinch of eggs and told me to eat it without worries. But in reality, the cake contained an excessive amount of eggs. After consuming the cake you gave me, I experienced severe coughing, respiratory distress, vomiting, and abdominal pain, nearly leading to death. Are you people really human beings, trying to kill me by feeding me eggs despite knowing about my allergy? Were you planning to benefit from my death by claiming my life insurance payout and taking over my assets?
Please refrain from making unfounded accusations and labeling me as a criminal. It is common for cakes to contain eggs, and I was unaware of your egg allergy when I gave it to you. Is there any evidence to support your claim that I intentionally did so? If you continue to make baseless accusations, I will consider filing a defamation lawsuit against you. It's best if you stop bothering me and prepare to leave his side.
Where do you have the audacity to talk about things like defamation when you're a bitch who was involved in an inappropriate relationship with your employer during working hours? You couldn't even graduate high school, so you got yourself involved in escort services. Prostitution, in short. Did you think changing your job from a prostitute to a housekeeper could wash away your sordid past?
What the hell did you say?
Don't you still get that your existence is fragile like a life of a fly, and it is now in my hands? I have already conducted a thorough investigation into your background, so it's time for you to back down. I have gathered evidence of your affair with my husband, and I even have photos of you entering the motel with him just now. Yet you seem oblivious to everything and continue to flutter around, delighted by seducing a clueless man like him.
My background investigation? Why would you do that? Since when did you realize what was happening between him and me?
Oh, that was easy. As you went on rambling about housewives, women, and household matters, trying to get on top of my head to taunt me, I couldn't help but sense something right away. When a foolish woman like you thought she could seduce my husband and act recklessly, I already had a hunch. And the very next day, I began my investigation.
That fast?
I'm known for my work, and you're undermining my ability, Mrs. Edwards.
What? Mrs. Edwards?
You're Kayla Edwards, not Pierce. Your maiden name is Pierce, but you don't go by that name anymore because you were married once. You even have a 7-year-old boy named Seth Edwards. Aren't you ashamed of yourself in front of your boy for being a housekeeper and engaging in such behavior of seducing a married man? Instead of doing your job during working hours, you were lying on my bed and having a conversation with your friend. Did you not realize that all of this was recorded by the security camera I installed? You were saying about how you started working as a housekeeper to lure wealthy, decent, and clean men instead of wasting time with garbage men at red light districts. You were so busy bragging about how your ancestors blessed you in successfully trapping a wealthy businessman, weren't you?
You installed a camera and recorded me without my permission? That's an invasion of privacy, and don't you realize that's a crime? You'll have to pay for it.
Well, you know how to say defamation and evasion of privacy, but you don't know what they mean, do you? I installed a camera in my own room, so I don't understand what kind of invasion of privacy you're talking about. I'm curious what kind of laws I'm breaking.
Okay, fine. I guess I don't need to say more since you figured everything out. Divorce him and leave your house. He is the business owner and will provide you with your fair share of alimony, so feel free to make generous claims. It may be financially challenging for living alone without him from now on, but he will be generous and give you what you ask for.
You've got it all wrong. He would never divorce me and marry someone like you. You're wondering why, right? Because the business owner you're referring to is me, and he has nothing to do with my business. The house and car are all under my name, so if anyone would be kicked out with nothing, it would be him, not me.
What do you mean? He said all he has to do is to sit in front of his computer and tell his employees what to do remotely from home because he's the owner of the business. I clearly heard him talking to one of his employees about how to take care of invoices and whatnot. Was that all a lie? Was he only pretending to fool me?
I don't know if he lied to you intentionally or if it was just a mistake, but frankly, I don't care. It's none of my business, and I don't want to know. That lowlife quit his job 2 years ago because he thought he had a cushion to fall back on, which was me, a business owner. But even after 2 years, he has no intention of looking for employment or doing household chores either. I'm already so busy with my business, so I have no room for a man who would cheat on me and betray our marriage by seeking extramarital affairs. So I'm dumping him onto you. You can have him all you want. I suggest you groom and take advantage of him. I'm not sure if he can be groomed exactly because people don't change, but feel free to give it a try. Good luck to you. Oh, by the way, how you two had a conversation about deceiving me and urging me to eat a cake full of eggs? It was all recorded on the security camera I installed as well. I have solid evidence, and I will present it to the police when I file a complaint against you. You may be ignorant and unaware, but allergies can directly impact a person's life because allergens can obstruct the airways, making it difficult to breathe. You knowingly fed me something I am allergic to, so you will have to face the consequences. I will demand compensation for the physical and mental damages I have suffered because of you, almost to the point of facing a living hell. Of course, you'll have to face the consequences of having an affair with a married man on top of it. Be aware.
Mrs. Robinson, please forgive me and don't report me to the police. I can't afford it. I implore you, please refrain from making me a criminal. Please consider that I have a child who I am raising alone after separating from his father long ago. If I become a criminal, I will lose my job, which means I will have no income. As a result, my child won't have a place to live and enough to eat, and eventually won't be able to maintain a normal daily life. Please let me bear the consequences alone. I beg you, ma'am.
Begging won't make any difference, but I'll consider reaching a compromise based on the well-being of your son. Taking into account the young child situation, I might be willing to let the cake incident be a thing of the past if you agree to a payment of $20,000. How does that sound?
Do you really have to do that to a poor single mom of a boy? Will that make you satisfied?
Of course not. I won't be satisfied just for that. I will have to contact the staffing agency and officially file a complaint to ensure that an unethical bitch like you is blacklisted and never employed again. Only then will my revenge be truly complete. Shouldn't I prevent such unfortunate situations like what I encountered? I have an obligation to all the women out there from being harmed by a bitch like you, who knowingly steals their husbands while working as their housekeeper. Do you finally realize it now? Do you understand that you have provoked me wrongly? I hired you to help with household chores, but instead of diligently fulfilling your duties, you schemed to pursue my husband. And he turned out to be jobless when he appeared wealthy. You threw yourself at him before you knew the truth, and now everything has completely fallen apart for you, hasn't it? You dared to climb up to the top of my head without understanding the consequences. Well, why don't you find out what the price to pay for that is, you bitchy mistress? After what happened, I divorced my husband and received alimony from him and the housekeeper. Of course, I claimed compensation for the suffering caused by my egg allergy as well. I also contacted the staffing agency and explained the situation, resulting in the mistress losing her job. It makes me uncomfortable when I think of her 7-year-old son, but what can I do? According to rumors I heard from my mutual friends, those two, who didn't have much to begin with, ended up burdened with significant debt due to the price of their infidelity. As a result, my ex-husband ended up working at a gas station, and the mistress went back to working at an escort service. But people say that when poverty comes in through the window, love goes out the door. As a result, those two, who were once considered the love of each other's lives, ended up breaking up. That's the bitter end of their despicable actions of coveting what belonged to others and engaging in infidelity. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.
Sarah, have you finished eating your dinner yet?
Yes, I finished eating dinner a little while ago. Have you finished eating your dinner yet, Dad? It's getting kind of late.
No, not yet. I can't decide what I want to eat still. I'm planning to eat after I get back to the hotel, so I still have some time.
You better hurry up. I bet a lot of places are going to start closing soon. You're such a hard worker.
Thanks, honey. It's all for you. What did you have to eat today? Maybe I can eat the same thing for dinner.
I had a really good pizza for dinner today.
Oh, pizza sounds really good. I'll try and see if I can find a pizza place that's still open.
Don't you remember Mom saying that eating pizza will make you get fat? It's better to watch what you eat.
Wow, you have a really good memory. Yes, I remember Mom saying that to me. That's exactly why I've recently decided to start dieting and exercising. Luckily, there was a small gym at the last hotel I stayed at. I've been working out and eating better since then.
Oh, well, that is a good start.
Believe it or not, I have actually lost a good bit of weight. When I return from my business trip, you're going to be so surprised when you see me.
I'm really happy to hear that, especially since you've been looking a bit round lately. Which is even more of a reason not to eat pizza of all things this late at night. Try to stay strong and diet for just a little bit longer if you can.
As much as I hate to admit it, you're right. Nobody likes a fat dad. I gotta be a slim, cool dad for you.
That's not what I meant by that. Mom's always saying how it's not healthy to be overweight or fat. She's just worried that you're more likely to get sick if you're overweight. As long as you're nice, I don't care if you're a cool dad or a lame dad.
Sarah, that was a blunt statement. I can't wait to come home. I'm really missing you guys. Do you feel sad without me there?
Well, yes, I guess I do miss you some. Not that much, though.
Jeez, you don't have to say it twice.
I'm kidding. Of course I miss you.
Anyway, where's Mom? I thought she said she was going to FaceTime me soon.
Mom's in the shower right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can both call me back after she gets out of the shower.
I'm getting in next, though.
Oh, really? I'm surprised. In that case, let's plan to talk on FaceTime tomorrow then instead.
Okay, sounds good. By the way, I haven't done my homework yet today either.
You know you have to get your homework done every day, no exceptions. It's really important for your future, you know?
Yes, of course. Mom just called me, so I'm gonna get in the shower now.
Okay, sounds good. Well, get some sleep, Sarah. We can talk again tomorrow.
Yep, talk to you soon, Dad.
Jessica, I got back to the hotel much quicker than I thought I would. I would love to hear from you. Please give me a call right after you guys eat dinner today.
What do you mean? Why did you finish so early today? Was it only a half day?
Yeah, I just had one client meeting and that was it. I'm gonna finish up any loose ends here at the hotel. I was really hoping to hear your voices since it's been a while. It doesn't even have to be that long. Even 10 minutes or so would be great.
Sorry, but now's not a good time. It's loud on my end of the phone because I'm at a goodbye party happening at my job.
A goodbye party? Did you go to the party all by yourself?
No, Sarah agreed to come with me. I didn't want to leave her at home alone.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'll let you go and have fun. You and Sarah must be interacting and talking with everyone and whatnot.
Great, thanks.
Come to think of it, Sarah has not been acting herself recently. Did something happen this past week?
Nothing out of the usual, just the same old.
Oh, really?
Maybe it seems that way because you're the one who's sad and not acting yourself. Normally, she does just fine when she goes to school, you know? She's not had any issues at school so far this year.
I'm the same as I always am, so I don't think that's it. Sorry for assuming. Guess I was just imagining things.
I mean, it's probably because she's still only in 5th grade. There's trouble amongst the girls every once in a while. If you thought she seemed different, she probably just had a bad day but didn't mention anything to me.
Well, in that case, has something happened at school? If something happened, what would you like me to do to help?
No, I'm just giving you an example. I don't think anything actually happened at school. When something actually happens with Sarah, I'm not the best person to ask how to handle it.
Well, my daughter is the most beautiful out of all the students in her entire class. Surely the other students won't stir up any trouble? Now, I'm especially worried about you guys since we have been apart for so long.
Well, your business trip will be over in 1 month, right? I've been worrying way too much since you've been gone. It is lonely without you here. If anything changes and you're able to return home, you will let me know, right?
I don't think that'll happen, but yes, of course.
Also, Sarah's been basically glued to her phone, texting someone lately. She's not talking to you all that time, right? I just can't seem to figure out who it is she's talking to so often.
I mean, we talk every day, but it's never for that long.
It's probably just one of her friends from school, which is a good thing. She just wants to have friendship with the people she's met at school.
So that's why she must be acting different. Well, at this rate, she's gonna start pulling away from me.
That's what happens when a child starts to grow up. I should probably get back to the party now.
Okay.
One more thing before I go. Her homework from school has started to pile up. It's mostly because she's inseparable from her phone. I don't want to say anything repetitive or annoying. Please don't say anything to her about it, as I've already questioned her about it several times.
Okay, I'll try be careful and won't mention it. Sarah, how are you doing right now?
What is it, Dad? You usually never say anything like that.
Mom told me something was going on the other day. She said you've been talking to a lot of people on your phone lately.
She said that?
Have you already taken a shower today and gotten ready for bed?
I have.
What about your homework? Have you started on it?
I already finished my homework.
Well then, why don't you tell your dad what is really going on here?
I'm fine, honestly. Dad, you're worrying about me too much.
Is everything going okay at school?
I mean, I guess it is fun.
That's great, but I want to know how things are going academically. The last time we talked on FaceTime, I really didn't think you were acting like your normal self, Sarah.
Really?
Yes. Have you lost some weight?
What? I don't think so.
I could tell that you look much thinner compared to how you looked when I first left on my business trip.
Don't you think that could just be your imagination playing tricks on you? Or maybe there was a filter on my phone or something?
No, I'm certain it's not my imagination. You look very different compared to the photo we took together before my business trip.
It is probably because of my diet. You're dieting too, right, Dad? I figured we could do it together.
What? You're eating on a diet now? You're in 5th grade. Do you really think it's the best idea to diet? It's bad for children to diet. You really need to be eating enough food every day.
I would if I could.
What's that supposed to mean? What's changed? I like the version of Sarah that eats plenty of food the best. I admire you thinking about your health, but trust me, this is an important time in your life to focus on eating. You're still growing. Just try and work up an appetite, okay?
It's not that. I'm not hungry. It's that there isn't any food for me to eat.
What's that supposed to mean? Is Mom forcing you to diet or something? Please, tell me the truth.
No, I'm really sorry, Dad. I've been lying to you this entire time.
Lying about what?
Since you left for your business trip, Mom is never home unless she's on a FaceTime call with you. I've been taking care of myself in the house the entire time that you've been gone.
Well, where do you think Mom has been going then if she's not at home?
She's been getting into the car of a middle-aged man that I don't know and going someplace. I don't know where they go, though.
What?
Mom only gives me food to eat on the days that she's on a FaceTime call with you. When she's off of the phone, she leaves and goes somewhere. Every time I ask about what to eat, she tells me that we have plenty of food to eat.
Why didn't you tell me this was happening sooner? Did Mom tell you to keep the secret?
Yeah, she did. She told me that if I told you that you would never come home again.
Honey, that is absolutely not true. I'm so sorry that this has happened, Sarah. I'm truly sorry and just heartbroken. I can't believe I let this happen.
Since I talked to you, Dad, will I not be able to live with you anymore?
That is absolutely not the case. Considering all of this, I won't be able to focus and go back to work. I'm gonna figure out how I can get back home to you.
But I won't be able to live with Mom anymore, I guess.
Well, I'll need to discuss that with Mom before I have an answer to that question.
Everything is okay, I promise. I understand now.
What do you mean you understand now?
What Mom has done is really bad. Oh, I think you call it having an affair?
Why do you know what that word means?
I've heard that word on TV many times before. Also, my friend Samantha's dad had an affair and her parents split up because of it. That's how I know what that word means. Anyways, I'm sorry I hid all of this from you for so long.
Sarah, you did not do anything wrong. The person who is in the wrong here is me for being stupid enough to not notice sooner. I guess your mom probably won't be returning home today, right?
Yes, I'm guessing that she won't come back home today at all. Dad, is your boss gonna let you come home early?
I have no plans to leave you at the house by yourself any longer, Sarah. I'll be coming home very soon. And by that, I mean I probably won't get back until about 3 hours from now, unfortunately. I'll come as quickly as I possibly can.
That's fine with me. I can't wait to see you.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'll get in touch with your grandmother soon and come up with a plan. I'm gonna see if you can go stay with her until I get back home.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm gonna have her prepare a big meal for you, of course. Please, eat as much as you can.
Okay, I'll try. Dad, please be careful coming home today.
Mark, you would not believe how hectic it has been today.
What happened?
Sarah hasn't returned home from school. What should we do? I guess it's probably best that I call the school and see, right? I wonder if this is connected to her cell phone usage. I just don't know what to do.
I'm sure that Sarah's just fine.
What? Why is that?
Because now she's far away from you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something that I don't?
The problem is that there is a mother who has not been feeding her child, but is hanging around doing whatever she pleases. I'm referring to you. You're at fault.
I guess she must have told you, right?
Well, if that's the case, I wonder what she could have said. Maybe that you totally abandoned her? Not only did you leave Sarah alone by herself, you basically almost starved her. What in the world were you thinking?
I didn't abandon her. I've just been so busy with work lately that I haven't been able to be home that much. Work is work. You of all people don't have the right to say anything. You've been away because of work for so long.
You're blaming it on your job? Jessica, you work in a coffee shop. You guys don't even stay open until late at night, right?
Yes, that is true, but since they're opening a new store, things are really busy. I don't just tend to my shop anymore. There's so much to do to get ready for the new show to open.
That's a very well-crafted lie. Too bad I already know that's not true. The security camera placed at the front door has shown me something quite interesting. It shows the person who used to live in our apartment coming to pick you up. Does that ring a bell?
That was just so I could get to work. I only had him come pick me up so that I would not be late to work.
So, that's the story you're going with?
I have been so busy with work. I mean, Sarah's in the 5th grade now, and there's plenty of food that she's capable of preparing, you know. I would think that she'd be able to do that at her age by now. I left food in the fridge anyhow.
She did. She ate everything in the fridge because you left her alone for days and days. Obviously, if you don't buy more food, eventually what you left her is going to run out. Even the canned food in the cabinet ran out. Yesterday, when I talked to her, she said she had not eaten in 2 whole days. No matter how busy things may be at work, I just can't understand why you would not feed her at least. There is no justification.
I'm sorry.
You know a simple apology is not enough to make up for this, right? If you ask me, I think I should tell all of your family so that they won't associate with you anymore. Do you realize how horrible this mistake you have made truly is? And telling her about the affair? Really?
But I mean, Sarah asked about the previous renter of this apartment several times. I had to tell her something. I just got irritated and may have told her what was going on.
Do you have any idea the emotional damage you're putting her through? You're a monster. I can't believe I was so stupid not to realize this was happening. You lied to me when you said you were at the farewell party with Sarah. When I asked her, she said she had taken care of herself this entire time. She said that you would only return home briefly on the days that we talked on FaceTime.
Mark, I'm sorry.
The person you should be apologizing to is Sarah, but she probably can't even face you right now.
I guess she must be at your parents' house, right? I'm gonna go see her there.
If you go there, I'm gonna call the police.
What? Why would you do that?
I went to social services earlier today, and I told them everything you had done.
Mark, please answer me. I want to make things right with Sarah.
Not a chance. During my interview with social services, they said that you could not visit Sarah without my permission, if you remember.
Just let me see her. It's not like I hit her or anything. What's the big deal? It's frustrating and difficult to be denied seeing your own daughter. Surely you can understand that.
Even though you've consistently left her by herself, now you want to take care of her? Ridiculous. It is selfish for you to say that you want to see her now after all this time. Even though you say it, I will report you immediately if you try to see her. I'm not playing around.
Please stop. You're already treating me like I'm a criminal as it is. This is really offensive to me.
Because you are a criminal. Neglecting a child her age is absolutely illegal.
Mark, please do not say these things about me. The thing is, I really do regret what I have done. I have truly reflected on everything that's happened and want to make things right.
Even if you've reflected on everything, why do you think Sarah has not asked to see you?
But I'm her mother after all. I'm the one who gave birth to her. Even still, don't you think it's strange that she doesn't want to see me?
Well, that is what happens when you do something that would make others not want to be around someone crazy like you.
I'm truly sorry about having an affair. I was very lonely at the time. You've been gone for 3 months. I just missed being so close to someone. We'd never been apart for that long before.
Really? We have continued our relationship even when we were apart in the past. That is a terrible excuse. After talking to the previous renter whom you cheated on me with, it turns out that he was also being unfaithful to his spouse. His wife showed me all of your texts to him.
Wait, really?
It turns out that you already had a relationship with him before I went on my business trip, right? So as soon as I left for my business trip, the two of you started hanging out and sneaking around. I know all about the little weekend getaways you two had. Oh, and the wife said that she's planning to consult a lawyer about how she can press charges against you. You better be able to pay it up.
The thing is, Mark, I do understand that I really messed up. I know now that what is most important to me is you and Sarah. I do not want to lose you both.
I doubt that. The only thing you realize is how screwed you are and how completely ruined your life is. Surely you're not suggesting that we start over?
What would be wrong with that? I would love for you, me, and Sarah to all live together again. That's all that I want.
Never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. You betrayed my trust by lying to me, cheating on me, and hurting our daughter. That's 3 strikes. Didn't you feel bad at all for not feeding your own daughter? I will never forgive you, so just stop right there.
I'm really sorry.
And you continue to apologize as if it makes a difference. As for Sarah, the cruel memory of how her own mother treated her will remain after all of this. I will never allow you to see her again because of what you've done.
But Sarah will think of me as a bad mother if you do that. Maybe I can regain her trust little by little with time. She's still just an elementary school student and she still needs her mother.
Don't you remember saying that she was in the 5th grade and should be able to do a bunch of things on her own by now? It seems like you change your mind and give a different answer when it's convenient for you.
Once she hits puberty, that time is extremely difficult for young girls. She will need me then.
That's something I'll have to bring up with Sarah face to face. Whether she likes it or not, I can convey to her what is most important and help guide her along the way. Sarah's happiness is always of great importance to me. I guess from now on, the relationship between you and Sarah will be strained for some period of time. Nevertheless, I'm perfectly willing and capable of raising Sarah on my own. I won't abandon her like you did.
And what about me? You do not like me anymore? Not even a little bit?
Jessica, I truly loved you. But then you betrayed me and hurt Sarah's feelings. When you do something horrible like that, you give me more than enough reasons to hate you.
I honestly never thought things between me and the previous renter would ever go anywhere.
Obviously, he was married too, as it turns out. Even if what you say is true, that makes me feel sick to my stomach. In all honesty, Sarah got tangled up in the aftermath of your affair. You thought that sneaking around and having an affair was more important than your own child, huh?
Well, that is just not true. That child is just repeating the things that you're saying.
I guess Sarah did say something about how you would not be able to get along with friends and family moving forward.
It doesn't have to be this way. Why don't we talk when you're a bit more relaxed? Please just allow me to see her.
You'll say anything to get what you want, huh?
What? No, I just want my family back.
Did you know that when Sarah told me she knows, telling everyone what happened means we won't be able to live together as a family anymore? Sarah said this to me without any doubt. Even without you, she'll be just fine because she's strong and has her father. Later, I had a difficult time trying to juggle finalizing a divorce from my wife and being a single parent. But my daughter was never able to forgive her mother for what she had done to her. Even though it took some time, I was able to obtain full custody of my daughter without any trouble and did get a divorce from my wife. In addition, my ex-wife angered her parents so much that they stopped associating with her, and her relationship with the previous apartment renter also ended. She lost a home she could return to and people she could truly count on. In an attempt to escape, she moved to a different state and is now staying in a furnished hostel where she's also working. The wife of the person she had an affair with is currently seeking legal counsel to see against my ex-wife. I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope she digs my ex-wife's grave even deeper. Like before, my ex-wife still doesn't have my permission, and I don't think she'll ever be able to visit her child from now on. Later after, the truth was revealed. My daughter stayed at my parents' house and ate a large meal and was able to get her spark back. For a moment, I felt struck down since returning from my business trip. I've recently been able to hang out with my friends more often. From time to time, I'm reminded of my emotional scars which do not disappear easily. When it comes to the future, I'm not sure what to say or expect. I want to express to my daughter how much she is loved and cared for. For the sake of showing my unconditional and unwavering love for her, as a parent, it's my goal to do so with all my effort. I pray that one day this wound will heal just a little bit. For now, I'm going to move forward as best as I can. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more.